Ay, 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 ay. Here we go. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. I hope your holidays were fun. I hope your days have been fun. This is the 5th of January 2024. I am glad that you're listening. I am glad that you're here. We thank God for, the gift of life. I'm just glad to be here. So happy New Year to everyone that is listening in. And this is the Cordial Podcast, and I'm here with you, definitely. This is not an AI. Acha nijitoche kidogo nikifikiria sauti yangu ni nzuri. But yeah, this is not an AI. This is Mungai Kang'ong'oi, here to just give you, not give you, but actually take a couple of your minutes for you to listen to whatever I'm going to ramble about, because 2023 was an year to actually give thanks on, and I'm glad to be here. Are you glad to be here? Are you? And so, yeah, that I think should set up the conversation that we are having today. And so the question being, are you glad to be here? Because this is a new year, as we always say, and a new year, new me, new things, new start. But do we actually ask ourselves, what new start do we want? Like, what new things do we want in our lives, And so basically what we're going to talk about today is, the usual things when a new year is about to roll up on you. So what are your New Year's resolutions? You've heard of those of that couple of phrase a couple of times. Every time there is a new year, everyone is always saying they have new resolutions, resolutions to have in their lives, in their careers, in their personal lives, in their relationships, and all that. So even as we are having this conversation, I would love for you to ask yourself, what is New Year's resolutions? What are they? What do they constitute on? What do they actually mean? Does it actually mean that you're starting afresh, or does it mean it's just a phrase that you use because everyone is using it? So when the new year comes in, you have your New Year's resolution, but I'd like to take it as something that is very, very, very serious, especially for my life. So the first time I actually heard of New Year's resolution, I think I was a teenager. Yeah, when you're starting to understand a bit of life and where you're headed to. And at that time I was like, hey, resolutions, huh? And the first thing you hear people talk about is, I need to get a car, I need to go to the gym. Kwanza watu wa gym bana, najua sahii mmepambana hapo na kuinua weights, lakini 1 week later you're off it. So what is always the deal with you guys? But anyway, so at that time I used to think, okay, that's for older people who are already adulting, and it is actually funny, because when you look at it, it's funny that people actually take it as new. Like, I don't want to look at it as new, because I think people use these resolutions because they know that their life is supposed to be headed in a particular way, but it is not happening. And so when a new year comes in, when it's something new that is starting in your life, then you think, this is a new start, like I have to get back on the track that I think I should be on, Sahii najua unafikiria hapo, si ndio? Unafikiria nini hizo vitu mbaya? Vitu mbaya umekuwa ukifanya, ama hizo vitu that don't actually fit in the life that you have in your mind, in your fantasies or anything. I'm sure most of us have their fantasies of how their lives should be. And so when I was thinking about what I'm going to talk about on the podcast this episode, we are on the 4th episode actually, and the first one this year. I am so glad to be saying that because, new year, new me. So I was asking myself, how has 2023 been? Like, how was it? Like, have I assessed it enough from all experiences that I've had? I know the last episode we talked about love, and I just gave one example of what happened throughout that year, but there were a lot. Even while recording that podcast, I was thinking, hey, there's a lot of things I could talk about, but I let it flow, and that is what came out. And today I'm still thinking of how 2023 has been, and as I always say, 2023 has been that year. It was that year for me, and so I would love to carry forward with that being the start of a new thing for me, the start of a straightforward life, and actually it is actually funny because I am actually taking a break from social media. It isn't the first time that I'm taking a social media break. I took one last year, still around the same time, but it started around the end of January to April before I got my attachment, and it was really a good time. And as I was thinking about it at the end of the year, a couple of days ago, I was like, I want to take another break, but I wanted to be more productive, because at that time I was taking a break from social media, but I was on YouTube, trying to change on the content that I watch and listen to, but it wasn't really as great I would have loved it to be. And so this time round, I am literally trying to create a new routine in my life, because of course there is the podcast, and you just can't open a podcast and think content is going to just come from your head, however much you might be somebody who's just talkative like Kang'ong'oi. Content has to come from somewhere, and for me actually it was really hard, because now even with the podcast you have to sit down, you have to write things, you have to plan out things, and you have it, so that it might be straightforward, it might be something that people actually listen to and actually learn something and get on track with listening to you each and every time you release an episode. And so while I'm taking this break, I decided to be serious on reading books. For a long time I've been lying to myself that I can't read books, or I'm not a reader, those small excuses that you give your brain so that you cannot do something. But at the end of last year, 2023, I decided to start reading books, and I actually realized that reading books is a skill that people have to learn. You can't tell yourself that you can't read. I know I'm still at the beginning of my journey, but I'm just realizing that my head is what I make it to be. If I tell it not to read books, then we are definitely not reading any books. So I took a couple of books. I've been downloading some on my phone, but it's a bit hard to be reading on your phone. And there's you have bundles, you have Wi-Fi, you have notifications all over, and they are big distraction, especially for me. And so even when you remove the notifications, you still have bundles on you, so you will again go to Twitter, check out what's happening, and then you get lost. You dive in kabisa, unapata kwa drama zingine hata zi make sense. You're trying to understand stories from the beginning, unasikia sijui ilianza 2018, all those things, and that is a big distraction. So even when I'm taking this break, I am actually trying to recalibrate my mind, to have better use of my mind, to read, to actually take into account everything that thought I couldn't take into account in my life, and one of them being reading. The other one is my prayer life. I wanted it to be more vast. I was there a couple of years back. I was good at some things, Bible study, all those things. Sorry to talk about religion, but that has been a pillar in my life, and the pillar was beginning to have some cracks, and I didn't like that. And the pillar having cracks, that will mean my character wasn't as it's supposed to be, because I really pride myself in my character, and I always love taking correction. I love taking corrections. If somebody will tell me, Mungai, you're not doing this, Mungai, you're not doing that, I will take into consideration what the person is saying and actually sit down and assess my life. And so this is me assessing my life right now and thinking, what is in 2024 for me? And I am grateful actually for all the achievements that I got in the previous year, 2023. And so for you, I would love to ask you, have you assessed your life from the previous year? Have you sat down and actually created your New Year's resolutions? Najua inakaa funny, inakaa ni kama unapewa assignment ingine. 20 marks, please expound on. Man, I used to hate those questions, but anyway. So have you assessed your life? Have you looked at the things that you need to change in everything that you do, in your character, in your routines? Have you assessed on what you say, how you handle people? As I previously said in the third episode, how is your interactions with people? Do you think you have to change some things? Even for the people who are thinking about going to the gym. Me kwanza, the gym, I am right here. Mimi ni number one influencer. People should actually go to the gym, not because you will get a good body, not because you will at least enjoy some new environment or anything, but it is because the gym actually gives you a routine to actually follow. And creating a routine in life is really hard. It is really hard, and I think that's one of the things people actually get distracted about or get discouraged about, because the gym is actually something that actually wants you to be on your toes every time, to make that decision, to be there, and work on it. And of course, the results are usually you getting a better looking body or whatever you're looking for. Well, my own experience with the gym has been great. I can lie, I haven't been consistent. Well, of course, because my friend, hii economy ni mbaya, but I would love to. I am still yearning for that particular time that I will be going to the gym consistently, because of course, yes, I want that body, but I just need to create a routine that I'll be proud of. And so if you want to go to the gym, please just know all it takes is making that decision, waking up, being there for you, not for anyone else, but for you. Go there, do what you're supposed to do, listen, do your research. By the way, there is nothing you can do in this life without doing your research, because you won't be successful. By the way, research is everywhere. Najua ulikuwa umekata kufanya fourth year research project, kaona uende ufanyiwe haya. Let me tell you, there is no running away from research. And so everything that you do is research. Your relationship with people, you are always researching, because you're looking at people's characters, you're looking at people's interactions, and you're learning something. If you want to be into someone's life, you always do your research. Is this somebody that I can see myself having in my life? Yeah, so research is everything. Even as you're thinking about, being better at saving, all those relationships that you've had with people, with that particular person, ako kajama, ama ako kadem. But all these things that you're thinking about when it comes to the new year, I hope that you actually sit down and write them down. Write what you want for yourself in 2024. I am on that route. On the eve of the 31st, not the first, on the eve of the 31st, I actually sat down and wrote what I would love for my 2024 to look like. And I'm on that journey, as I've said, taking a social media break, starting to read. And some of the books that I started reading on are, one of them is The Richest Man in Babylon, which is a bit hard to understand because the physical book that I have the physical book that I have is written in those King James Version English, but though thou est might, and it's a bit hard to understand, but I get the gist of it a bit. And so even as you assess everything that you do, just know it will only take discipline, research, and making that decision for you to actually get to the point that you want to be at. In everything that you do, there is no way you're going to succeed if you do not actually sit down and plan it. I think people have had this saying, even in high school or primary school assemblies, if you do not plan to succeed, you're planning to fail. Yes, exactly, because that is what you're doing. Imagine even ndo unafanya, imagine na sijui venye utasaidika otherwise. So my friend, there is no other way. Just sit down, look at how your 2023 has been, and plan it out. Plan your 2024. Plan it out and actually write down. I am very sure you will be glad at the end of the year, sitting down and looking at everything that you put down in January. You might have not succeeded in everything, but I am sure you will have some wins that you're proud of yourself with. And so, when you're thinking of your New Year resolutions, let it be one of it that you remain disciplined in everything that you do. Just like Mungai. Even Mungai is trying to be disciplined. Let me tell you, discipline si kitu ati inakujanga tu hivyo. Na it is actually getting to me. Kwanza this social media, my mind is telling me, bro, uko na pesa za bundles, nunua, enda Twitter, rudi Twitter. But no, that is not what I want for myself. And so, scientists say that to create a new routine in your life, it will have to take 21 days. 21 days. Namunga is on day 5. Yeah, I know. You actually start by calculating that period at 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. But I want to stop that, because the more you calculate, the more it looks like it is like a phase, and it is not supposed to be a phase. It is supposed to be a time that you actually take into account what you want to be doing and what you want to improve on. And so 2024 is here. So be glad about it, be happy about it, and don't let anyone confuse you. Don't let I will say that again. Don't let anyone confuse you, by the way. Wait. Let me tell you, the New Year's resolutions that I have written down, there are things I have felt like in my life I need to do. There are those things that I've actually sat down and I have decided, 2024 has to be the year. I have to start it. I have to do it. Because I think we always know how our lives are supposed to pan out. There is that voice in you that always defines for you what your character should be like. But unfortunately, we don't make the decision to actually follow that and create that in our lives. We do not do that at all. We are always running away from the actual things that we're supposed to do. And I think that's human nature. Like, we're just running, thinking there's other things that can fill these voids that we have in us. But I think in our DNA, deep inside it, we always know what we're supposed to be doing at a particular time, at a particular date. You're there thinking, should I actually read this thing? Should I actually continue with this conversation that I'm having with this person? At the back of your mind, you know what you're supposed to be doing. And so let this be your wake-up call. Let's do this. Because hey, time waits for no man. Hey, time waits for no man. And it's actually funny because unaona sasa kama Mungai alikuwa amekaa miaka akijidoubt ati hawezi fungua podcast. Ona sahi ndo anakimbizana nayo. Life is gracious. Yes. But don't wait for it. Hey, bana, your grace unaweza pata imeenda. So yeah, that is the start of 2024 and I am really glad to be here. So let us make 2024 our best. Let us make 2024 the best it could ever be. As I've said, you have to assess everything. You have to know what resolutions you want to have in your life. You have to know that. And so even as we start, please let us all sit down. Let us all be grateful that we are here. And I hope to see you. I hope to see you at the end of 2024 happier than ever. I know I will be happy. For me, I know I will be happy. And so that marks the end of this episode for you. I hope to see you the next time. Well, next Saturday, because each and every Saturday I will be here with a new episode, with new content, and hopefully content that is enriching in your life. Content that actually makes you question things in the right way. And so that has been me, Kang'ong'oi. Thank you for listening in. I am grateful for you listening in. Please, if this is content that is helping you out, resonates with you and your life, please feel free to share. And I hope to see you next time. So that is me. That is the end. Tupatane round 2 wadau. Tupatane.